Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Sunday. The table is off-centered. There we go. And we're going to get into our first of two speed duel decks today. So again, no spotlight. I know that you guys like it a lot, but just trying to change it up a little bit. So today we will be using the Energizing Elements skill once more. Actually, twice more. So the first one we're going to use is we're going to do this for wind. What does this skill do? You declare one of the four elemental attributes, fire, water, earth, or wind. For this turn, the declared attribute monster gains 500 attack, loses 400 defense, and any battle damage inflicted is half. If you control no monsters with the declared attribute, flip this over, which means we can reuse it, but it's going to make for a great one-turn push. So, what are we going to play? Now, I know that you guys saw the title card. So you saw the Harpy Lady, but this isn't a Harpy build. So we're going to start off with actually our main portion of the deck. We're going to start off with 3 copies of Armed Dragon level 3. So again, we could press him up to a 1600 point card. That's fine. During the standby phase, if this guy survives the round, I can send him to the graveyard, special summon an armed level 5 from the hand or deck. Because of that, I'm not sure. This might be enough time skip for the Energizing Elements to actually flip down. Because if he was my only monster, he's off the field in order to get the next card. I'm not sure if that momentary lapse is enough. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. But again, he's our first card. Next up, we're going to go to 2 of the armed level 5s. Now, again, this is going to be 24, so now we can get up to 29 with our Energizing Elements. We can send 1 monster from the hand to the graveyard. Target a monster the opponent controls with attack equal to or less than the discarded monster. Destroy the targeted opponent's monster. During the end phase, if we destroy a monster by battle, then we may send this to the graveyard to special summon an armed level 7 from the hand or the deck. So again, we obviously need one of those. So we do play the single. This guy is, of course, going to be 2,800 points, 33 under Energizing Elements, and cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by Armed 5's effect. The effect here, we can send a monster from the hand to the graveyard to destroy all monsters the opponent controls with attack less than or equal to the sent card's attack value. So again, we're actually playing the Armed Dragons for this. Because again, this is another great way that we get to use them. And when we get into the spell traps, guys, the deck just pops. So next up, we are going to play those 3 Harpy Lady ones. And now real quick, I do not want to hear it. We heard this once before here on the channel, that those are fake. They don't say Speed Duel there. Well, guess what? The original Speed Duel decks didn't say that. That's the only time the Harpy Lady 1 was printed, as well as some of the other cards that we use. So I showed you the watermark, no arguments. Now, the name is always treated as Harpy Lady, which is fine, but what the bonus here is all wind gains 300. So we do get the ability to stack these. Again, we're not going to be playing Elegant Egotist, so it isn't much of a stack. But again, this will make itself 16. 16 makes this 15, makes this 27, makes this 31. And this is before using Energizing Elements, which means the Harpy Ladies are wonderful support. The next card, you guys get to pick. Now, the choice is, do you want to play more aggressive, or would you like to play a little more standardized? If you want to play aggressive, you're going to play a copy of the Spear Dragon. Spear Dragon basically does piercing when it attacks to defense, and then after it attacks, changes to defense mode after the damage step. So that's fine. If you guys are going to play standardized, play the Twin-Headed Behemoth so that you guys have something that you could set pass. Because during the end phase, if it was sent there, because it was destroyed on the field and sent there this turn, you could special summon this card, attack and defense become 1,000. You may only use its effect once per duel. Again, you could set pass and then tribute it into the Armed 5 at the beginning of your next turn, whatever. Or You guys can go with the Spear Dragon either way. Choose one. Choose one of them. And then that'll be your last monster for this build. Going into the spells are pretty awesome. We are going to be using 3 copies Book of Moon. Again, it stops some combos, and more importantly, it's going to give our baby some time to grow up and become a lean, mean, monster destroying machine. So again, use these, protect the arm 3, it's all good. 2 copies cross out, because again, if we're going to put things face down, we might as well. And then once we actually overpower most cards in the game, the opponent may actually set a card anyway. So again, synergize and maximize. Going into the traps, we're going to use 3 copies Floodgate Trap Hole. And again, this is going to feed back into protecting our cards, building our board, and making the cross out better when the opponent summons a monster or monsters. Now, summon. This isn't specific. Normal, flip, tribute, ritual, special, fusion, doesn't matter. And then it says monsters, monster, or monsters. So again, it could be one or many. Change those targets. They're not actually targeted. 2 face down defense, and any monster changed to face down defense with this effect may not manually change its own battle position. So again, eliminate the threat, my friends. Book of Moon when it's Genzo, Floodgate Trap Hole for everything else. And again, since the Floodgate Trap Hole isn't a targeting effect, have fun with that knowledge. Next up, last up, 2 copies of Lost Wind. Again, this is really like having 4 copies. Target face-up special summon monster on the field, negate its value, negate its effects, and then half its original attack. If a monster is special summoned from the opponent's extra deck while this is in the graveyard, you may set this from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field again. So again, 20 card deck. Just purely fantastic. Again, I'm leaving this card choice here up to you. Again, Twin Behemoth it came out of the original Kaiba. So again, still won't have that the little mark for the speed duel. It is what it is. But do have fun with it. Going into your extra deck, it's going to be the generic stuff. Blue Eyes, Cyber Blader, Cyber End, 2 Kings, and a Restrict. All it has to do with is just trying to play and play well. And in our side deck, 2 Cosmic Cyclones, because again, the opponent might double up on their back row. So we're going to pay the 1,000. We're going to banish the spell trap. Just be done with it. We are also going to carry a 3rd cross out here, a 3rd Lost Wind, and 2 copies Waking the Dragon. So again, guys, there's not a lot to talk about here. It is a very standardized deck. It plays as a almost like a mid-range I'm going to say it wrong. We're going to say tactical beatdown, as you really want to put yourself in the best possible position before you become too aggressive. And again, it's really cool, and it's all wind. Real quick, if you guys like this, you could support the channel. What does that mean? Just like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Nothing other. And additionally, come back here in a little bit, just about, I think maybe 1 o'clock. It'll be 1 o'clock Eastern time, which is my time zone. So in a couple of hours, come on back, and we will have a fire element, fire attribute, energizing elements build, so we can finally put this to rest. And then I'm thinking next weekend we do one for the light attribute, because again, we had the dark beatdown last week. We need the light one just to finish it off. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this, and hope to see you guys here in a little bit. Later.